Good morning and welcome to this WBTA News Special, the Candidates Forum, presented by WBTA and our news partner, The Batavian. I'm Dan Fisher, along with Howard Owens, publisher of The Batavian. We'll be asking the questions of our candidates this morning, and we'll meet them in just a moment. Election Day is this Tuesday, November 3rd, and when you look at it from a national perspective, this is often called an off-year election, but locally, that's not the case. All three city council at large seats will be decided on Election Day. There are 6 candidates. The top 3 vote getters are elected to 4-year terms. Now, we have candidates representing each of the 2 major political parties, and I want to stress that our candidates, although they're appearing side by side here this morning, are not running head to head. It is the top 3 vote getters who are elected. Also, on Election Day, we will be electing all 9 members of the Genesee County Legislature, although only a couple of those seats are contested. So with that as a background, we welcome now Julie Wallace and Tim Buckley. They are candidates for Batavia City Council at large. And Tim and Julie, we welcome you. Julie, let's begin with you. You're the newcomer. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you feel you're qualified for this position.
Well, I grew up here in Batavia on the south side. I'm 36, and I think I'm qualified because, just because I grew up on the south side. I'm very intelligent. I do a lot of volunteering. I volunteer for CASA, which is for basically for family court. And I work for Visiting Nurses Association, which I'm a nurse for them. And I do a lot of home health care. That's what Visiting Nurses is. It's home health care. And I do a lot for the children. That's what basically I want to do is I want to do more for the children than anything.
Okay. And Tim, you've been around for a while. Tell us about your career on City Council.
It's been an experience. I'm finishing up my 4th year, and it's been overall a positive experience. And one thing I've learned through the 4 years, it's very easy to campaign, but it's a very difficult task to govern. And what I mean by that is I'm one of 9, and I realize that. I realize that I'm only one person, and I can't make the whole thing go. And the administration, the people that work here in the city, the employees of the city, we're all one team, and we all have to work together. And I think through my experience in council, that's one thing I really learned is I'm one person. I can bring my opinion and bring my vote. But it also is a team effort, and you have to work as a team, and you have to work really hard at it.
Let's move to our questions now, and we welcome this morning once again Howard Owens, who is publisher of The Batavian. Howard?
Good morning, Dan. Thank you. Tim, that's a good segue to the question I wanted to start with, and both of you will have an opportunity to answer this, but Tim, we'll start with you. Some people think that the city council is too political, that there's too much game playing. We've seen possible examples with the recently leaked personnel letter to the media. There's this bickering over the resolution on consolidation. Do you think that there is a communication or personality problem that needs to be addressed, and what do you think could be done in the next 4 years to improve how the council works together?
I'd have to say that probably 90% of council works as a team. There are a couple individuals, of course I won't single them out, but there are a couple individuals that seem to have agendas, and that's fine. I respect that. But I think what happens is if you as a council member take it upon yourself to have an agenda, you're going to get closed out eventually, or something's going to blow up in your face, and it's not going to work. Like I'll go back to my original statement, you're 1 in 9 people. That's all it is. You're one person, there's 9 votes. To grandstand and to waffle on things and not come and bring positive things to the table doesn't work effectively, and it's been proven. We've seen that throughout the 4 years. When individual council members try to act out and take it upon themselves to have their own agenda, nothing becomes of it. It dies, and that's it, and we move on to business. And that's the way it should be.
Okay, Julie, would you like to address what you've observed of the council and how you'd fit into that environment and what you'd do?
Yes, because I've been to a couple of the city council meetings, and I think you have to be professional and very ethical on those meetings. And if you're not professional and you're not ethical, then you don't belong, period. And if you can't be ethical and you can't be professional, then don't either run or don't even consider running. That's all, there is to that. That's all there is to that.
Let's talk about consolidation. At the meeting of council earlier this week, the city council president said, and almost in an accusatory tone to the other members of council, the possible consolidation with the town of Batavia is dead. And then other council people stepped forward and said, no, it's not. There's still plenty of time to make it happen. The question is consolidation. Should this issue die, or should it be allowed to continue to its next level and beyond? And Julie, your thoughts on consolidation?
The consolidation between the city and the town, I think it should continue, because I think it would save the city and the town. I think it would save money, because if you do consolidate them, it's going to save money. Don't let it die now just because of someone's one opinion. Let it continue.
Tim, consolidation?
I'm for consolidation. That's my track record, my voting record has shown that on a continued basis. The other night, when that item came up and it was tossed around by council, one of our council members indicated that as soon as we vote on this and we vote affirmative, then that's it. It's rock solid. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all. And that upset me a little bit, because we all have to be aware of how this whole thing's going to play out. Now, I voted yes on tabling it, just to move on, and listening to what Jason indicated, that the town is going to come up with some different language. They want to do a little bit, tweak it a little bit, and come up with something that's satisfactory for them. That's fine. And when he indicated that, I said, okay, let's table this. I said to myself, let's table this, and we can always come back to it, affirmed by our attorney, and this is not going to die. And the only way this is going to die, if council allows it to die, and we're not going to allow that to happen as long as I'm on board. And it's going to eventually, the timeline is there. In 2011, this goes to a vote of both city residents and town residents. If it's voted down in either municipality, the thing is dead. And it's dead. You go back to where your usual business, the way you're running business, and that's the way it is.
Julie, I see that you're nodding your head in agreement with much of what Tim was saying. Are there any differences between the candidates that are running under your party flag, the Democratic flag, and the Republican flag, as it relates to consolidation? In other words, are you on board with the opposite party on this issue?
No, actually, I do agree with him, because if you do let it die, or if you do let it go, it's going to die, and I don't want to see it die, because I think, like I said before, if you do if you do consolidate it, it's going to save a ton of money. So I do want to see the two consolidate.
Okay, so I guess what I'm saying is, when you're looking at the three Republican candidates and the three Democratic Party candidates running for this office, really is no difference in your positions, at least as it relates to consolidation. Fair statement?
That's a fair statement.
Okay.
Yes.